Angry protests have broken out in Mexico City as United States cabinet members have arrived to discuss two policies that have derailed cross-border relations since Donald Trump took office. The United States is preparing to deport thousands of illegal immigrants who've come through Mexico, even if they've committed minor crimes. Mexico has expressed its fury at the plan. Its foreign minister has gone so far as to refuse to comply with US demands. Anne Barker has the story.
The visit to Mexico comes at a critical time in US-Mexican relations, which have plunged to their lowest point in decades. Many Mexicans didn't want the meeting to go ahead at all and staged an angry protest outside the Foreign Ministry building in Mexico City, holding banners saying "Stop Donald Trump, hate, racism, ignorance." They declared the US Foreign Secretary Rex Tillerson and Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly non gratis. Only a month ago, Mexico's President Enrique Peña Nieto pulled out of a planned summit with Donald Trump in Washington in protest at US plans to build a border wall he wants Mexico to pay for. Despite the tensions, Rex Tillerson was putting a positive spin on the talks.
In our meetings, we jointly acknowledged that in a relationship filled with vibrant colors, two strong sovereign countries from time to time will have differences. We listened closely and carefully to each other as we respectfully and patiently raised our respective concerns.
But no amount of diplomatic niceties could hide Mexico's anger at the US, not just on the wall, but even more so against US plans to deport thousands of illegal immigrants to Mexico, regardless of whether they came from Mexico or other Latin American nations. Mexico's Interior Minister, Miguel Ángel Osorio Chong, has demanded that any non-Mexicans deported from the US be sent elsewhere.
We do not agree on the different measures that recently were stated by the government of the states that have immediate, that will affect Mexico. We have expressed our concern on the increase of deportations and before the possibility of citizens of other countries that could be returned or sent back to our territory so that they can await for the legal resolution.
And Mexico's Foreign Minister, Luis Videgaray, went further, stating point blank that Mexico won't accept US policies it doesn't agree with.
I want to make it very clear that the government of Mexico and the Mexican people do not have to accept provision that one government unilaterally wants to impose on the other. We will not accept it because there is no reason why we should, and because it is not in the interest of Mexico.
The US Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly moved to allay some of Mexico's concerns, saying there'll be no mass deportations or any use of military force, but nor would there be any change to the US plan.
There will be no mass deportations. Everything we do in DHS will be done legally and according to human rights in the legal justice system of the United States. All deportations will be according to our legal justice system, which is extensive and includes multiple appeals.
John Kelly's words were starkly at odds with Donald Trump himself, who was telling business leaders in Washington the effort to deport illegal immigrants was very much a military operation.
All of a sudden, for the first time, we're getting gang members out, we're getting drug lords out, we're getting really bad dudes out of this country, and at a rate that nobody's ever seen before. And they're the bad ones. And it's a military operation.
It remains to be seen which strategy will ultimately prevail, the more aggressive military operation Donald Trump espouses or the more humane approach pledged by his cabinet secretaries in Mexico. What is sure is it's certain to be a good while before US-Mexican relations return to what they were before Donald Trump became president.
Anne Barker reporting.